where you can buy this book if you feel like it or not. If I've convinced you to buy it, or maybe I won't. We'll see how it goes. What is up, guys? I'm Julien, the French winemaking guy who makes wine videos here on YouTube. So welcome back to another wine video. Even though I'm not going to be talking about this wine, neither am I going to be tasting it and telling you what it's all about today, which is what I usually do on this channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing and telling you about Wine Folly's original book, The Essential Guide to Wine, authored by Madeline, Puckette and Hammack, the founders of famous wine blog, famous wine website, winefolly.com, which has become now, classic staple of a website. And this book has also become a bit of a classic beginner's guide to wine. I'm going to be reviewing those two books, even though I'm going to be publishing the review of this book next week. So make sure to stay tuned to the channel for that. So what do I think about Madeline Puckette's original guide to wine? I'm going to be telling you what you should expect if you buy this book, and I'm going to give you my genuine and true opinion whether you should buy it or not. And I also wanted to do something for you guys that have been supporting the channel. So I bought those two books and I'm going to be giving them to you. Make sure to stay tuned till the end of this video, where I'm going to be telling you how you can win one of these books. I'm going to be signing those books and shipping them directly to you. So what are you getting if you're buying this book? Well, initially the first 30 pages you are getting a bit of an overview of what wine is about and how to handle wine, how to serve wine, conserving wine, what is wine, how to taste wine, the different phases of tasting wine, looking at it, the different colors. Oh, the color page is actually really well done. You're getting this chart that you may have seen hanging around on Wine Folly website. But you're getting a hard copy of it. This is great, like beautifully designed. Overall, the book is fantastically designed. I believe Madeline was a designer before she got into wine, so she nailed the presentation overall of the book. That's one of the highlight pages. This is very similar to the WSET tasting sheet that you're getting to assess the color of wine, so this is really handy to have. So you're getting about 30 pages of the key facts that you should know about wine. So you're getting kind of one page on one topic, temperature and all of these different things, 30 pages. So it's pretty light, but the good thing is that it's really straight to the point. So it's not snobby, it doesn't bother you with, too much information. It just tells you what you really should do as a beginner. You can probably read the first 30 pages before you go to bed, but it's not going to last you very long because there's not a whole lot to read there. So you can probably read the first 30 pages in 45 minutes or something, but then you really get to the core of what the book is about. You're getting about 150 pages with one double page about each style of wine descriptions by category: the sparkling wines, the light white wines, the heavier white wines, the rosé wines, the light reds, the deep reds, the sweet wines, etc. About 150 pages of content around those wines. So what are you getting on those pages? Well, first here you are getting a bit of an aroma wheel, aroma chart, the key aromas in each style, which is actually probably the very best and the highlight of this book. These aroma wheels are really well designed, and I found that the aromas that are given are pretty accurate. I found a bit of an exception on the champagne page, which says it's going to have champagne. You should expect aromas of citrus, aromas of peach, aromas of white cherry. I never heard of white cherries before, but overall the aromas are really well done, really well crafted. And then you're getting some general information about the grapes that are used in Champagne, what are the regions and the countries that grow this wine, what kind of glass you should use, the temperatures of the wine. The resulting wines are light in color but rich in body and flavor. I'm not sure Amarone and Ricciotto are light in color, so that's a little, maybe a bit of a confusion here, I'm not sure. But overall, everything that I've read is really straight to the point. Valpolicella, it's going to tell you there are 4 main grape varieties: Corvina, Corvinone, Molinara, Rondinella, so that's the Valpolicella blend. You get all the key information, you get a bit of an indication on the price, even though that's going to vary immensely depending on the producer. So you're getting, yeah, key facts, kind of a bit of a summary of things that you should know. And at the end, you are getting pages on wine countries. And I think it's one page per wine country with one map. So it's going to cover the country really pretty roughly, just give you a rough overview of what the country is about, and you're getting those maps that are actually really well designed, really well crafted. They're not extremely detailed, but they're really well crafted. Should you buy this book or not? Well, this book is clearly aimed at beginners for wine, people that are new to learning about wine. If you're a bit more advanced, maybe it's not necessarily going to be all that useful. That said, I would almost buy this book if only just for those aroma wheels. I think those aroma wheels are super handy. The use case, typical use case, when you buy a bottle of wine and you go home and you're like, oh wow, I've just bought a Montepulciano wine. What am I drinking? Where does it come from? Is there some alternatives around there? Is there a lot of it that is made, and what are the typical aromas? So you're going to come home with your bottle of wine, and this is a bit of a reference book that you may use every once in a while if you like learning and going a little bit further, you know, about your wine. If you do commit to checking this book for every wine that you have, you are probably going to end up learning an actual quite lot about wines. Even though the information on every page is not extremely deep. You can find online a whole bunch more information about all these wines, but design is nailed. The information is pretty much, you know, 99% nailed. I did find those couple of, you know, small errors. Happily surprised by the quality of this book. I mean, I've always enjoyed Madeline's work and the way she presents things simply. She did an extremely good job about this. The amount of information that you're getting for $20 on this book, if you're curious about wine, you know, yeah, I think go for it. Unless you're a bit more advanced, in which case you may want to go for the Oxford Companion to Wine, and there are many other books. Holidays are going to be approaching. Should you buy this book or should you buy that book? Well, next week I'm going to be reviewing that very book. I think it's a little bit more expensive. It's been updated, so it's probably a little bit more current as well, but it is a little bit more expensive. So which one should you buy? This sells for about $10. I think it's a Kindle on Amazon.com, and it's going to sell for about $20 if you want the hard copy. If you want to buy those after watching this, I will link in the description with an Amazon link where you can buy this book if you feel like it. So to win one of those two books, to get one of those two that I will personally ship to you, well, it's pretty simple. Just subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comments that you've subscribed, and I will pick someone at random. You will have one of those two books with you if you enter the giveaway and are the lucky winner. I will see you soon in the wonderful world of wine. Aroma of almond and aromas of toast, and that's, you know, that's really nailed, except for the white cherry. I was like, what is white cherry? Have you ever heard of white cherry? Then I looked it up, and white cherry is actually a variety of cherries that is actually white, that I think is called Rainer cherry, and that is grown in Washington State. And Madeline is from Washington State, so I believe that's probably why she's got this kind of reference.